The Kings League is very different from standard football because of the structure and introduction of several new rules that have yet to be used in other international games. The Kings League, for instance, allows for unlimited substitutions, and the kickoff is modeled after the beginning of a water polo game, with each team beginning at the back of the field. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Pique has invented one of the fascinating football ideas we've ever seen, with his golden cards and all those unknown La Liga players. So, without further ado, let's talk about the team, format, and its players. Gerard Pique, a great football player, founded a new 7-a-side league called the Kings League. More than 11,000 people tried out, and 12 teams were formed. Major content creators like Ibai and the Gref, or professional football players like Casillas and Conegro, serve as club presidents. The presidents then took turns selecting players in a mock NBA draft to form their teams. The purpose of Kings League is to change the face of modern football by breaking away from the classic format of the game and replacing it with a set of regulations designed to increase fan interest. Each half of a match lasts 20 minutes, and subs are allowed at will, among many other regulations. The opening day of the league's regular season was at the beginning of January. Sundays through March 19 will be game days. When the season kicked off, the night's highlight was the match between Ibai squad Porcinos FC and the Gref Sayans FC. The final score was 4-2, with Sayans FC emerging triumphant. Unlike the game between Sports and Gigantes FC, which ended 2-1 and was tightly contested throughout, most games were decided by large margins. In its debut week, the Kings League attracted a sizable following, with 2.9 million hours of viewership and 786K concurrent viewers for the match between Porcinos FC and Sayans FC. For a new league, each game's average attendance was a healthy 423K viewers. The league was able to capture the attention of tens of thousands of people thanks to the participation of prominent content creators, professional football players, and a novel set of regulations. Even though most of the games were lopsided, they were nevertheless thrilling to watch because of some spectacular goals and impressive performances. Number 1. The Kings' unique style of game and format. What is unique about Kings League games compared to regular football? Manuel Queimadilo's enigma dribbles the ball during a Kings League match. The Kings League is played under different regulations than the 11-a-side Sunday League game. The matches are split into two halves of 20 minutes each, for a total match time of 40 minutes. Each team chooses a golden card from a deck of 5 when starting a match. Instant penalties, eliminating an opponent's player, scoring twice as many points on a goal, stealing a card from the other team, and picking from a pool of 4 bonuses are all options. At the beginning of the game, just like in water polo, both teams make a mad dash for the ball in the middle of the field. There is no limit to the number of subs that can be used, but those who receive a yellow or red card must sit out for a specified period. In the event of a tie, penalties are played when players dribble from the midfield line and shoot against the goalkeeper, much like in ice hockey. Each team gets one shot at using VAR. If that attempt fails, they can't try again. Sparking flares are released from behind the goal as strobe lights and spotlights whirl after each goal. Even though it all makes no sense, it's exciting to watch. Moreover, the Kings League seasons are separated between the winter and summer split, similar to the Apertura and Clausura in other leagues. A league stage is followed by playoffs, with each team playing the other 11 times throughout the split. After the regular season, the top 8 clubs are seeded into the playoffs. Each match day consists of 6 20-minute halves played on the same field over 4 hours. For the first season, players could apply and be drafted on December 27, 2022. The best prospects were selected after a series of physical and skill tests were administered to prospective players. Each squad had 10 members picked, with 2 spots on the roster set up for guest players like footballers or streamers, who are referred to as the 11th player and 12th player, respectively. While the 11th player is expected to remain with the club throughout the season, the 12th and 13th players are free to switch on a match-by-match basis. Also, the league intends to launch a separate competition for female athletes dubbed the Queens League. Number 2. How popular did King get? 100 networks carried the action, but the vast majority of people tuned into the official Kings League Twitch feed. It reached 414K viewers all at once and had 2.16 million HW, which is more than half of the total HW. The second most viewed stream was iBuy, with a peak of 354,000 viewers watching the Spanish superstar, DJ Mario, whose squad just won a stunning 5-1 victory, rounds out the top 3 with 100K PV and 116K hours watched. It was a very successful debut for the Kings League, reaching a wide audience and providing fans with high-level football matches. The league is already full of talented players and football stars, but more stars have shown interest in playing. Ricardinho, one of the best futsal players in the sport's history, announced on his Twitter that he would be joining the league soon, as he was very excited to play in this new format. The Kings League captivated the interest of thousands of viewers and attracted some big names in the football world. The first match day achieved some great viewership results, and we expect the league fan base to continue to grow. We will continue to see more football stars joining the league, making it even more appealing for viewers to tune in. Number 3. Will Messi join the Kings? The Kings League's success has been far beyond expectations. Formerly populated by streamers and unknown players, the league now boasts the likes of Sergio Canegro and Gerard Pique as its A-listers. However, as the former Argentine striker pointed out on a Twitch stream, larger things may be in the future. The fans of the league haven't forgotten his statements and have decided to confront him directly about the possibilities. A Q&A session was broadcast on Kun's YouTube account, and someone asked, "Is there a chance for Messi to play with Kun Sports?" One of my Instagram followers inquired. So, it's not a piece of cake, it's a challenge. However, what occurs from now until the end of the season will determine the outcome. No doubt Leo is welcome to come along with the rest of us. A lot of things may change quickly, the ex-FC Barcelona player said. As he would be the 12th player, we would have to say no, but I can always stream and let him play if that's what he wants. And besides, he went on, I hurt myself. For those unaware, Pique confirmed last week that the Final Four would be held in the legendary Camp Nou Stadium on March 26, making the prospect of seeing Messi back there seem less far-fetched. If you've seen the news, you must be curious about the enigma. Let's end this confusion. The disguised player known as Enigma is who plays in Gerard Pique's new 7-a-side league. Pique claims Enigma covers his tattoos by wearing a Mexican wrestling mask and keeping his arms hidden. According to the former Barcelona and Manchester United defender, the Enigma is a first division player who doesn't want to expose his identity, adding another layer of intrigue to the situation. The player, rumored to be under contract with a rival team, allegedly applied for and was denied permission to participate in the event before donning a disguise and playing anyway. Ex-Real Madrid playmaker Isco and ex-Barcelona star Denis Suarez were also mentioned as possible candidates. Number 4. Why was Enigma allowed to play? The draft took place in November and was broadcast live on Twitch. Each team has a 10-man roster. Finally, they bring in 2 more players, who can be current or former pros. Although the 11th player must remain consistent throughout the season, the 12th player is open to change each week. For this purpose, there is Enigma. The regulation has allowed players like Javier Chicharito Hernandez, once of Manchester United and now of the LA Galaxy, and Joan Capdevila, a former Spain international and World Cup winner, to suit up for teams. Former Argentina international Javier Sevilla, former Espanyol midfielder Joan Verdu, former Real Madrid and Derby County player Alberto Bueno. Number 5. Where can it be watched? Games are aired on the league's Twitch channel and the team's individual feeds. The league estimates that 800,000 people were watching across all platforms at its peak on Sunday. Highlight reels on YouTube and throughout social media have also provided substantial coverage. Everything that's being done refers to an in-depth approach to social media and Twitch, and the product is great, as Chicharito put it. We've not realized the potential consequences yet. Games are being played at a barren industrial port near Barcelona's airport. Still, manager Quirrell said that shortly, they aim to be able to accommodate up to 300 fans. Unfortunately, we must limit attendance at this time due to space and location constraints. Number 6. What next? Gerard Pique, then 35 years old, resigned from soccer in November after leaving Barcelona. Pique has a lot on his plate, but he and his team all agree that the Kings League has room to grow. The plans are numerous, Quirrell stated, but for now, we have recently launched the Kings League and announced the launch of the Queens League, the women's competition, for May. That's the stage we're in at the moment. After that, we have a lot of ideas, but one of our primary goals is to refine and enhance the product so that it lives up to our high standards. There are many potential avenues for development, but the most important thing is that we have already worked properly. This is only the first week, And then the Queen's League begins in May. What about teams in the King's League, then? Where do we go from here? London and Los Angeles. Yes, of course, why not? Chicharito cracks a grin. Aim for the moon and the stars every time. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more health tips. Remember to check out our other health videos.